Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just a recap of Monday, June 9th today. We had a bullish bias this morning. I put in here. So we had tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap that NQ had made, and we got a SMT down there. ES wasn't even close to it. So that was a big sponsor move higher, and we had a strong draw. We had previous day high and the previous week high above us. The weekly was quite a far away, but on ES, previous day high was also the weekly high, so that was a strong draw towards there. And once we took that, we didn't really have to expect for NQ to go towards this weekly right away. Also, you can see after sweeping all the sell side and everything, we're in a clear market maker buy model up to these highs here. So that was a pretty obviously bull bias today. The only thing is, no news Monday. We got some decent news coming out this week, so wasn't really expecting any huge moves. I was just trading on evals today, so I didn't see anything that I really loved. But yeah, we'll get into it here. There we just dumped right down at open, and ES came down, swept London lows there. NQ just missed it, and then so we had an external SMT with ES taking London, and then we actually had an internal SMT here. This second leg down on NQ swept that low, and ES had a lot more buying pressure, so double SMT there. This 1 minute looked really good. It's just usually I'd like to see a bit bigger of a gap. This was pretty small, but just given the context, this looks like, we're accumulating here. We got a manipulation leg down. It's pretty no-brainer that we're going to start ripping up, but the close on this was just horrendous. I didn't take it. I would have if we got a decent tap into this, but we also took the internal high here, which is a bit scuffed, but we were obviously very bullish, so you could have marketed into that, and I think you would have been fine. Yeah, probably got him a break even, most likely. Maybe not. Yeah, so yeah, if you marketed into that, would have been right here. Stop probably down right there, targeting let's see these London highs here. That would give you just about, just over a 1 to 2, but I would have broke even when we hit this internal high here, and then came back and hit the entry again. So regardless, something to watch. Too bad this wasn't a bit better of a close, or maybe the gap was further down, but oh well. We had the strong draw and chalked that as a W. And so yeah, after that we just ripped straight up. We did have a tap, I believe this was in no, never mind. Yeah, so we ripped up to her. Eventually hit that previous day high. Then for there, I was maybe considering shorts just because that was the weekly on ES too, but we still had quite a big SMT there. So I wasn't too confident in that. There was a chance that ES would still want to come up and hit it. That we did later in the session. But also after that, on No News Monday, you can kind of just expect this to chop. But we started trading lower, and oh yeah, it was right here. I took this on eval. This is a trade I'd never take on live, but we're obviously pulling back, and you expect it to pull back to around this 50% range of this leg here, right here. And so we came up, we made this 5-minute gap on the way down. ES tapped into it, and then so we got a SMT there. And I took, it was on like this 15-second, this tiny little 15-second in here. Like I said, I'd never take this on live, but I was pretty confident that with that SMT at the 5-minute, we would deliver lower. So I was able to break even pretty quickly here, and if this wasn't on eval, I probably would have got break even on it anyways. Well, just because I went pretty high size, I just trimmed off. That's all I needed for the consistency rule, and yeah, but I ended up pulling back without hitting that 50%, if that's what you were targeting. And then did get another move up into it. Why is this so slow? I'm still on the 15-second. We got another move up into it, and this would have been sweet if we got some kind of entry up here, but it's just so wicky and gross. I had nothing. The only possibility would have been this 5-minute, but the close was way the fuck down here, and yeah, you can't really enter that. But so we tap off of the 50% of that leg, and we start trading higher again. Chopped around for quite a while actually. I wasn't even watching him here. I got off after this trade. Just kind of figured the day would be scuffed. Wasn't too much after that, but we did eventually come up, and then this was around where ES started ripping. Took out those highs, and we moved down. Tapped into a big 15-minute gap right here. Rejected hard out of there. See, this is the type of fair value gap you want to see on an inversion. Just a big sweep down, and again on this, the Fib's very helpful tool. Come up, same thing. We tapped into the OTE of this zone or this leg up, and you know, we're obviously pretty bullish, so you could have took this. I only trade PM if we didn't take the draw on liquidity in the morning, which the draw was previous day high, and we took it out in the morning, so don't bother looking at PM because a lot of times they'll just be chopped. But this trade did look pretty clean. Perfect close on this 1 minute here, and usually I'm going for the highest time frame leg or fair value gap in the leg. But when you see a perfect reaction like this, it's a big candle sweep with the high volume, and then it reverses hard like that. That's a pretty high probability setup, and yeah, again, could have rode this up to the 15 for or this 5-minute for a 1-to-1, and then if you're targeting up there, I believe you end up getting break even. Yeah, so yeah, you hit that 5-minute if you wanted to TP there, and then probably got break even. Unless you, yeah, you just chop around for the rest of the day. That is disgusting, actually. Wow. But let's get a little Mick model up to the 5-minute there. Not a whole lot to go over today, just because, I mean, look at it. It's just kind of a, we're stuck inside this range. We do have tomorrow, Tuesday, June 10th. Oh, no big news tomorrow actually, but the rest of the week's looking pretty good. We got CPI on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, and Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. So those should be some good days. Tuesday again might be kind of choppy unless something drastic happens overnight, but I wouldn't be expecting too much. But we are still in a higher time frame bullish trend, so I expect us to keep slowly grinding our way up to here. But we also, it's pretty stretched out leg, probably if you go to the 4-hour, so could see a bit of retracement. It's probably going to happen overnight though. I already did tap into that, but yeah, that's basically wraps it up for today. Yeah, I'll gonna start doing these recaps every day. If you want to join live and I can answer any questions you got, link in the bio for the Discord. It's completely free. And yeah, I'll also try to start uploading these on a daily basis. Hey, thanks for watching. Bye.